Alright everyone, welcome to another video from Career Guidance Pro with me, Owain. That's Owain like a glass of wine. And in this video, I'm going to give you my top 10 tips to turn your job into a successful career. Roll the intro. Alright, let's get to it. Top tip number 10 is go and talk to your manager. You've already started working in this job and you found out that you absolutely love this industry and it's where you want to stay. It's where you want to develop yourself professionally and personally. So go and talk to your line manager. See what your direct superior has done to get to where they are. Find out about their role a little bit more. How many times does somebody in a job just go and ask their manager, what do you actually do every day, and what's your favourite part, and what's the most challenging part of it? When do you feel that you're under the most pressure, or when do you feel that things are going really smoothly? Find out all you can about that role, which is directly above yours, and then you'll have a really good insight into what it takes to get there. Top tip number 9, and that is get on those job search websites, things like Indeed. Have a little look on there and see what the requirements are for the next step up. What do I need to get? What qualifications do I need to do? What training do I need to get? Are there any certificates? Things like health and safety certificates or food standard certificates, anything like that. Find out what they are. That's top tip number 9. Top tip number 8 is get those qualifications. If there are courses that you can sign up to them. Maybe they do cost a little bit of money, but are you willing to invest in yourself to have a successful career? You've got to weigh that up. You've got to ask yourself that serious question. Also, lots of big companies, they might have internal training schemes. So see if you can sign up to those. Again, ask your manager, ask your boss, ask your boss's boss. How can I get onto these training schemes and better myself and stay within this company and this industry and progress my career? Top tip number 7 is become an expert. Become an expert in your field. Know everything there is to know about your role, the role you're trying to get, the role after that. Know everything then you need to know about the industry that you're working in. Where does your company fit within that industry? Who are the main players? Look at facts, look at figures, do your research, increase your knowledge. And by increasing your knowledge, you increase your value to the company. Your worth becomes much, much more than everybody else who isn't doing that. So get out there and become an expert in your field. Learn everything there is to know about it. Top tip number 6 is your personal brand. Now, not a lot of people know what I'm talking about when I talk about personal brand, but that is your image. It's your image online, and it's how people perceive you, your personal brand. Think about your email address. Is it just your name @gmail.com, or is it something obscure and like you're being funny, like hotbabe@gmail.com? That doesn't sound very professional, does it? So with your personal brand, you need to clean up your act, particularly online. Look at your social media. Have a look at your Instagram. Have a look at your Facebook. Have a look at old tweets that you might have sent. If there's anything dodgy or controversial in there, maybe you're out with the lads having a good time, having a party, you look really, really drunk, or you might be in some compromising positions in some other ones, get rid of them. Clean up your act and start projecting a professional you that works in your industry and is that industry expert I talked about. Top tip number 5 is there an apprenticeship available? Can you get an apprenticeship in your role? Now, apprenticeships have changed. They used to be, when I was in school, they used to be for school leavers, sort of between the ages of 16 and 18, and that was it. But now apprenticeships are open to anybody of any age, because you can't discriminate against people because of age. And what's happening is, in some industries, people have worked for 12, 15, maybe 20 years doing the same job, but they've seen an opportunity to go elsewhere in the company and start with an apprenticeship. And most apprenticeships are paid. They're really, really well paid, actually. And if you can get onto one of those, then you're going to change your career path and start going down to progress in the industry that you've chosen, the one you love to do. So have a look if the company offers any apprenticeships and if you can train on the job whilst getting paid. Top tip number 4 is find a mentor. Now, that mentor could be your manager, or it could be one of your superiors at work that you have a really good relationship with. But if you don't, then get out there and find a mentor. Have a little look on LinkedIn. Have a look for people who work in the same industry as you and ask them, would they be willing to answer a few questions or even help you along, give you some advice? How did they get to where they got to? What did they like about working in the industry? That is going to increase your knowledge, it'll give you great positivity, and it'll help them as well because they'll get to have an insight about somebody coming up behind them in the industry and see their experiences as well, which will enrich their knowledge. Top tip number 3 is read books and articles from industry experts in your industry, of course. Follow someone's career that you really admire, somebody famous maybe. Read the books about how they got there. Read autobiographies. Read articles. Read journals. Get as much knowledge as you can. It's all out there and a lot of it is free. So get on those search engines and seek it out. Top tip number 2 is start walking the walk. Live that life that you want to live. Be that graphic designer. Be that line manager. Be that warehouse manager. Whatever it is, start being that. And if people ask you, just say, yeah, well, I'm in training to be this, so I'm going to start having extra responsibilities and taking the bull by the horns and actually doing it. So make sure that you become that expert. You make sure you become the person that you want to be by being it. Top tip number 1, some people find this all very confusing and don't really know where they can turn or who they can ask for help and support and advice, so some people will employ a career coach. That person can help guide you and mentor you through all your choices, make the right choices for you at the right time. It's just about weighing up the pros and cons and getting in there with them so that they can clearly set out an action plan for you. Now, if you want to work with me, you can work with me at careerguidance.pro and I can help you along your journey to get in your successful career. Until then, click the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, you know what you're doing, and I'll see you in the next video.